The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel welcomes you to this edition of the Mayors and Supervisors Weekly Update, brought to you by...
Each week, our community makes history. Each week, you make history. And each week, there's only one source to turn to for the first take on history. You know what that is? Subscribe to the Sentinel right now to discover the history being made in your own backyard.
The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel. More than just your news, it's your history.
Hey, welcome everyone to this week's edition of the Mayors and Supervisors Update. I'm Chris Carosa, publisher of the Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel, and each week we bring you the goings-on in the towns and villages in our coverage area. This week, we're going to be starting with Mike Falk, the supervisor of the town of Lima. Mike, how's living in Lima?
Well, it appears it's going to be a nice snowy resurgence here in Lima, along with every other place. But certainly things are happening. We did receive a letter from the Livingston County Department of Health after they had done some statistical water testing across the community. And of the tests that they did, 1/3 were positive for coliform bacteria. Coliforms are common in the environment and generally not harmful themselves. However, coliforms in drinking water generally indicate the water may be contaminated with organisms that possibly could cause illness. This letter has been posted up on the in the Water Project tab on the town's website for anyone who would want to read all 35 pages. Livingston County is urging folks to sign up for federal affordable connectivity money. There is the Federal Affordable Connectivity Program. It provides a discount of up to $30 per month toward internet service for eligible households and funds a one-time $100 discount toward the purchase of a laptop, desktop, computer, or tablet. If the buyer contributes more than $10 and less than $50 toward the purchase. As far as eligibility goes, it is either based on your income, which at 200% of the federal poverty guidelines, that would mean that a one-person household would have to make less than $29,160 a year, and then it indexes upward at $10,280 for each additional person in the household. Or if any member of the household is part of any of the following items, then the whole household does qualify. So if anybody in the house is getting a Pell Grant, participating in a existing internet provider's low-income program, free or reduced school lunch, SNAP, Medicaid, housing choice vouchers, project-based rental assistance, public housing, supplemental Social Security, WIC, a veteran's pension or veterans survivor benefits, or Lifeline. So all of those things, the Federal Communication Commission's website has all the details on the Federal Affordable Connectivity Program. We also have the Livingston County Board of Supervisors has declared the month of March as March for Meals in Livingston County. This is a effort to fight food insecurity, loneliness, and malnutrition in residents age 60 and over. If you are in Livingston County and you are over 60 and you're experiencing any issue at all with your food supply or anything else, please call the Office of the Aging at 585-243-7520. And lastly, we have some Save the Dates coming up from Lima's American Legion Post. They'll be having St. Patrick's Day on Saturday, March 18th, 2 to 5:30, corned beef served. There's going to be a walkathon to benefit Honor Flight and support homeless vets. That's taking, and they need money for the walkathon, so they're doing a spaghetti dinner on Wednesday, the 29th of March. The donation is $10, and it's at the Lima Legion Post, which is actually over in West Bloomfield, from 5 to 7:30 in the evening. And lastly, The Ben Rawlinson Memorial Easter Egg Hunt will be at Mark Tubbs Park Saturday, April 8th, 2023. Starts at noon, and please bring your own bag or basket for your treasure. And that's all I've got, Chris.
BYOB. Bring your own bag. Thanks, Mike. John, over to you in the town of Mendon. What's moving there?
Chris, as always, thanks for having me. And a couple of items. Our next town board meeting is Monday, March 13th. On the agenda that day will be to schedule a couple of special meetings. One will be Monday, March 27th. That'll be at the Mendon Town Hall. That will be a public hearing regarding updating our comprehensive plan due to the issue of short-term rentals. There will be a local law that will follow. However, we are updating our comprehensive plan first. So we're expecting a public hearing that day, and we certainly encourage the community to come by and tell us what they think. The other special meeting that will be scheduled and is in the process of being scheduled will be on Wednesday, March 29th. That meeting will be at the Mendon Firehouse at 101 Mendon-Honeoye Road. And that will be a joint meeting between the Mendon Fire District Commissioners, the Village of Honeoye Falls, Mayor and Trustees, and the Town of Mendon Board. And that will be to receive the information on the from the Fire Protection Commission committee that was set up by the Town of Mendon several months ago. It is an informational meeting for what the committee came up with, their findings. And it's not a decision-making meeting, but it is for public information. I encourage anyone who would like to attend that meeting. Also, if your calendar's out, and I'm going to jump way ahead, October 14th, the Town of Mendon is going to schedule a recycle event similar to what we had last year on October 14th, 2023. At that point, we will have rabies clinic, shred event, pharmaceutical event with the Monroe County Sheriff's Department, and electronics recycling. So we certainly encourage people to keep that in mind going forward. Also, I wanted to mention summer recreation. We work with our neighboring communities and the Honeoye Falls-Lima School District for a summer recreational program, and registration is open. You can go to the HFL school website for further information and recycling. Lastly, we have a pizza shop opening in the hamlet of Mendon. Very happy to see that that is going to be open for business, and we look forward to having another business there. Of course, it was a pizza shop, then it was a different kind of shop, retail shop. Now it's back to pizza. So we're looking forward to having that open in the hamlet. And lastly, I'll say goodbye. I've got everything covered.
All right. Thanks, John. Over to Steve and Henrietta. What's happening to Henrietta, Steve?
So last weekend, I attended the grand opening for the Fairy Godmothers, located in the mall across from Spencer Gifts. Also, there were County Executive Adam Bello, Mayor Malik Evans, Assembly Member Harry Bronson, and a few others. The Fairy Godmothers provide prom dresses for high school girls who might otherwise not be able to afford them. It was a great event, and we're excited that they have a more permanent home in the mall as they've bounced around the county recently in temporary locations. The old library is now officially gone, making way for the new court. Incredibly, we had someone try to enter the construction site to return a library book, even though the new library has been open for almost 4 years now. It's just astounding to us. We literally had to lock the old book drop to keep people from dropping there for, you know, like I said, even 4 years later. So, and related to that, we opened the bids for the remaining court packages, and they were right on budget. Javen was the low bid on the general contractor. The bids are being reviewed and descoped for approval at the next town board meeting. Proposed La Quinta Hotel received special use permit approval for opening south of the new town library. Its close proximity to the dorm should also help the arena bring in more acts that are regional and beyond. Our street light LED buyback was approved and is now headed to the Public Service Commission to complete the buyback process. In the meantime, we will begin upgrading lights in the town parks and town facilities to more efficient LED fixtures, as that does not require PSC approval. And finally, in hockey news, the RIT Tigers are in the Atlantic Hockey semifinals, playing a best-of-3 series against Holy Cross this weekend. Go Tigers.
Looks like you're wearing the colors too. Thanks, Steve. John, Mike, do you have anything more to add that you may have forgotten? Seeing none, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for watching this episode of the Mayors and Supervisors Update. Remember, we air every Sunday at 1 o'clock on our Facebook page. Like that page and you'll be notified when it starts broadcasting. Same thing with the YouTube channel. If you subscribe to the YouTube channel, it will notify you when we start broadcasting there also every Sunday at 1 o'clock. That's all for this week. Have a nice week. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye for now.
Imagine yourself communicating with a difference. Pan-Dimensional Solutions helps you do this. Whether live spectator events, taped broadcasts, or real-time audience-engaging programs, you can benefit immediately from the tools Pan-Dimensional Solutions will share with you. Do you want to make a difference? Contact us at pandimensional.com.